Hey guys, Flip Otaku, and today I'm doing a manga publisher spotlight for one of my favorite manga publishers, period. And that's Vertical. Vertical is one of my favorite companies because they put out sometimes very niche books. They put out some really beloved books, but their quality of their books is always great. Even their standard size books are great quality. And I don't have a lot of Vertical stuff. I should have more, honestly, because I love them. But some stuff that I do want to pick up, I'm going through their website here. I want to pick up Prophecy. My Neighbor Seki looks good. Ninja Slayer looks good. Tokyo ESP looks good. The Gundam Wing looks really good as well. Devil's Line is something I've been interested in for a while. Dissolving Classroom is one of the only Junji Ito books that I don't own in my collection. But yeah, they are, I think, a manga fans publisher. Oh, Arakawa Under the Bridge looks good as well. But I got a stack of books right here that I'm going to be showing you guys, showcasing you guys, and something that I am recommending you to pick up. So the first book is the only one-shot that I have in my entire collection, and that is The God's Lie. Look at that beautiful cover. It really just grabs your eye. There's the back of it. This is a really nice, well-built book. The binding is fine. I mean, nothing like phenomenal, but the cover, I don't know if you guys can hear that. It's this really nice textured feel. And this is something that I probably would have just passed up on, but it was like, I think $8 on Right Stuff, and I was in a mood for more Vertical stuff, so I picked it up, and out of, I think Insidious Swede recommended it. And because it's not something I would typically go for, but this is one of the most beautiful stories I've ever read. It brought me to tears. I loved the characters, and honestly, this is one of the better slice of life manga that I've read. I haven't read many, so my gauge for that isn't super high. But out of what I've read, this is phenomenal. I highly recommend it. If you like this type of stuff, pick it up. And I'm really glad Vertical brought this over. Next up is something more in my wheelhouse, and that is Opossums. You guys know I'm a huge Tetsuo Nihei fan. He is one of my favorite manga of all time. And this started off as a digital series with Vertical. And they've teamed up with Kodansha recently. I don't know if Kodansha bought them or what. But Opossums has been going digitally first. And then the first volume dropped in October of last year. And the second one came out in January, I believe. This is a really interesting series. I'm going to read you the synopsis on the back. This story takes place on a frigid, massive, artificial planet known as Opossums. Io, Biko, and Ethero, residents of the White Diamond Beam, are in the middle of combat training when suddenly a girl appears, Redoron Empire soldiers in hot pursuit. The girl asks for their help in keeping safe a code and 7 mysterious bullets. This chance encounter marks a major shift in the fate of the entire planet. This is a really good story, and I'm going to be doing like a first impressions on it, but be forewarned, Nihei's artwork has definitely changed throughout the years. His faces, I don't know if you guys can see that very well. His faces have gotten better, especially the main character. Like, his face is just really nice. But his artwork, his color, his palette has gotten completely swapped. Look at that. There's almost hardly any black in that. And at first, it was a little off-putting for me because I'm used to Nihei's very dark blacks and very vibrant grays. And this has almost none of that. It's very white. This is about as dark as it gets in this book. But people that, you know, hardcore Nihei fans that I've talked to did not like the change. I actually like it. It's more anime friendly. I could definitely see this getting an anime very soon. But I'm glad to have more Nihei. Next up, we got something that's very much up my alley, and that is Wolfsmund. Now, Wolfsmund is a 8-volume series. The mangaka worked with Kentaro Miura on Berserk. I believe he did the background covers, or the background artwork for Berserk. But Wolfsmund is a very violent, there's a lot of nudity. There's, you know, if you're a fan of Berserk, you're going to be being a fan of this. This does take place in our world, but in the past. And the art style is really nice. It's a kind of a mix. Like, some characters look straight from Vinland Saga, and then some characters look like something from like a very cutesy anime. But the 8 volumes, some of them are out of print, But if you can get your hands on this, pick this up. If you're a fan of, you know, Berserk or Vinland Saga or Blade of the Immortal, pick this up. This is something that I think fans of those series are going to love. And the covers are really nice. Then we got something that I probably would have never even have bothered reading, period, even online. And that is Immortal Hounds. This is about the same size as a standard Shonen Jump book from Viz. And yeah, it's another weird story where like everyone is immortal in the future, but this disease called RDS, which I believe is Resurrection Deficiency Syndrome, starts plaguing people and they're dying. Cops are trying to take them down. It's gory, it's violent, it's pretty good. But the only problem is I think it got dropped. The mangaka changed the name of the series after volume 6, so I don't know if Vertical is going to continue publishing this or if they're just done with it. But yeah, another really cool series from Vertical. And something else that I really like from them, To the Abandoned Sacred Beast. This is getting a anime, I believe, next year. The art in the story, this book is by a team. I don't know if it's a team or one person, but they're called Maybe. They're doing Mike's Otaku Mike, my good friend, one of his favorite ongoing series, Tales of Wedding Rings. And after reading this, I definitely want to check this out. This is cool. It's like a civil war. The North and the South are fighting each other. The South is winning, and the North uses magic to bring these beasts and win the war. But after the war is over, the beasts have to kind of go back into normal times or like normal life. And but then beast hunters come and they try to kill the sacred beast. And the main character, she is the daughter of a beast who gets murdered. And it's her teaming up with the person who I believe murdered her dad. But check out the artwork. Really good. Really good. Very unique story. Some of the plot points are kind of hit or miss, but overall it's enjoyable. And I think if you want something kind of historical, kind of not, fantastical, kind of just out there, check it out. Another really good series that I wish I had more of. I only have 3 or 4 volumes of this. It's Ajin Demi-Human. I'm sure this needs no introduction. There's a 2-season anime on Netflix by Polygon Pictures, which is hit or miss with some people because the CG is very lackluster in my opinion. The artist or the writer on this is also doing the same on High Rise Invasion. I wholeheartedly believe that this is, even after 3 volumes, and I've read 6 of High Rise Invasion, this is the better piece of work. Get a close-up of some of the art here. Get a good shot of one of the demons. This gets compared to Tokyo Ghoul a lot. Basically, in this world, people who can't die exist. They don't know that they're immortal until death comes for them, or death happens and they can't die. The government's trying to do experiments on them, try to understand why. They have these things called Ajin that live inside them, or kind of like their spirits. Very good series, very violent, very bloody, right up my alley. And then another reason why I love Vertical is that they respect old manga and classics. They have put out some of the best Osamu Tezuka pieces of work. Not just his work, but the build quality of the books. They've actually reprinted them multiple times. For instance, Dark Horse, they have Astro Boy. They put out the singles, which are too tiny to really enjoy. And then they put out the omnibuses, and they're too big to actually enjoy. So, the first book I want to highlight is Ayoka, I believe is how you pronounce it. This is the soft cover, and there is a hardcover that's out of print, but like I said, Vertical actually reprints their stuff, which is really nice. But I believe they get like maybe 1 reprint, or the Osamu Tezuka stuff definitely has been reprinted. People usually complain about this omnibus size, but I have read it multiple times, and my spine has not cracked at all. And Vertical also, shouts out to them, their paper very rarely goes yellow. I've had this book for a couple years, and it's not, I think out of all my Vertical books, only 2 are yellowed. So that's pretty awesome. And then also, I don't know how to say it's my favorite, or if it's my second favorite, but Buddha by Osamu Tezuka. This is the soft covers. This has gotten, I believe, 3 reprints. They did the hardcover collection with the matching spines. They did the soft covers with matching spines, and then I just have the normal 8-book. This is 8 books. I believe these are still in print. They shouldn't be too hard to find. If you want a pretty epic tale, I mean truly epic, check out Buddha, because this is one of Tezuka's best work. And then they have Message to Adolf. Now this is out of print, but prices like last year the prices were super high. They have fallen pretty drastically now. This hardcover I thought was one of the best hardcovers in manga until another vertical title came along, and I'm sure you guys know what that is. But Message to Adolf centers around 3 people named Adolf in World War II and their lives, and it's a beautiful story. Tezuka really is a master of his craft. Some of his stuff is very outdated, but the 3 that I just highlighted for you guys, I believe, are some of his stuff that's timeless. Another title I want to show off is Flowers of Evil. This is going to a bizarre individual. He bought this from me. I sold it off to him. I just haven't had a chance to ship it yet. But this is his, and it is a really good psychological slice of life manga. They were 11 books, I believe. They put them out in these omnibuses. They're a little thicker than normal, but the build quality is pretty good. There's no gutter loss at all. The book lays absolutely fine. And I recommend you reading this if you're a fan of Shuzo Oshimi. I love Shuzo Oshimi. I just sold it because it's something that I'm never going to read again. I read it once, enjoyed it, but it's not something I'm going to go back to. And then my all-time favorite manga release out of any publisher, Berserk hardcover hasn't come in yet, so. And the best vertical release, Mobile Suit Gundam: The Origin. These books are fucking phenomenal, and I wish we got more stuff in this format. I wish we got Lone Wolf and Cub in this format. I wish we had Gantz in this format. I wish we had Ultimate Muscle in this format. This beautiful hardcover, glued binding, which some people are hit or miss about glued binding, but the best paper quality that you're ever going to read. Not a lot of like straight up comic books have this paper quality. Like, this is phenomenal. Photocopy paper. There's 12 of these. I can't praise them enough for this. And they're still in print, which I don't understand how Vertical is doing that, because these have got to be pretty expensive to keep in print. But hey, Vertical, you have my absolute love for doing that. These books are expensive. They're $30 retail, 12 of them. You can find them for cheaper. Definitely look around. But man, if you're a fan of mechs, if you're a fan of Gundam, if you're a fan of anything that's badass, you gotta own these. They're heavy too. They're probably at least 2 or 3 pounds per book. Then the last manga I'm gonna show off today is my favorite Tetsuo Nihei work, and that's Blam. These beautiful master editions. These are massive books, like huge. Like, here's a comparison to, yeah, look at that. There's Mobile Suit Gundam and Blam. Blam is one of my favorite manga of all time, and I'm really glad that Vertical saved it from Tokyo Pop. The paper quality is not as nice as the Mobile Suit Gundam quality, but it's very thick stock paper, and it really shows how beautiful Nihei's work is. And I think all Nihei's work deserves to be in this very large format. I mean, look at that. Absolutely crazy. So, they also have Knights of Sidonia. The singles are out of print, or a lot of them are out of print. They're slowly, are going out of print. They're reprinting them in this format. There's going to be 6 of them, I believe. I believe it's like a 2.5 per volume or something like that. So I believe there's going to be 6 of these. The first one comes out in a couple months. I think we're getting 3 this year, and then 3 probably next year. I can't wait to see Knights of Sidonia in this format, because Vertical's release of Knights of Sidonia was very small and very compact. And that story deserves to be in this format. The crazy mech fights, the crazy monster designs. I'm very much looking forward to that. So yeah, guys, that is my spotlight for Vertical. I'm going to be doing these maybe every month or so. Next one I'm going to do is Dark Horse, which is my favorite publisher. It's very controversial to say. But let me know what you guys like from Vertical. What are some titles that I should check out? What are some titles that, you know, fans of manga should check out? I'm loving what I have, and I'm going to be collecting more Ajin, and as Sacred Beast comes out, I'm going to be getting those, and I'm going to be getting the the Knights of Sidonia Master Editions. And I also want to pick up Doro by Osamu Tezuka and a couple other things that they've published from him. But yeah, let me guys know what you think of the video. Subscribe. I just hit 600 subscribers recently, and if I get to 1,000, I'm doing a massive giveaway. So please help me reach that milestone. And thank you everyone for subbing, liking the videos, commenting, and thanks to all the friends I've made through doing videos. And thank you guys so much. I'll see you soon.